sure that the right insurance information is submitted. So we will submit the claim to the primary insurance that is identified in the patient insurance information. We can also submit claims to PIP or auto insurance. Do you submit claims to PIP or auto insurance? Hello?
Hi, Restorative Health. Do you guys submit personal PIP or auto insurance?
No, we don't do that.
No? Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
I am not sure. So this is the reason that we need this training, because we don't know how works the billing. Anything. We don't know anything.
Oh yeah, we're gonna show you how to submit the claim in Charm. But what we're asking is when you have patients, do you handle patients that have personal injury or auto insurance and submit claims to there?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thermal, we can move to next slide. Claim submission. We submit claims electronically using the clearinghouse Optum or Change Healthcare. Claims are submitted. If required, we can submit the claim through fax or mail. So payers such as Medicare require an EDI enrollment. Just to submit a claim electronically, we need to complete an enrollment for Medicare. Do you submit claims to Medicare?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then we need to then rejection and denial management. So once we submit a claim, within couple of days we will know whether the claim has reached the payer or whether it is rejected for any reason. So if the rejection can be because of the billing errors, or say if the member does not have, the patient does not have active insurance, the claim can be rejected for that reason also. For such rejections, we will reach out to you through RCM messages. We also take care of denials. So whatever denials that are that can be resolved from our end, we will do that. When we need the practice assistance, we will reach out to you. Say for example, if the claim is denied for additional documentation, or the payer is asking for the medical records to process the claim, we will take the copy of the encounter summary and we will submit the claim to the payer for processing. Other than that, if a claim is denied incorrectly, we will call the payer and make them reprocess the claim over the call, or if required, we will resubmit the claim. And also, we will take care of the appeal process if the claim is denied incorrectly. Once primary insurance process the claim, and if there is a patient responsibility after primary insurance processing, and if the patient has an active secondary insurance, we submit a secondary claim to the payer. If the secondary payer is supported for electronic submission, we will submit it electronically. If it is not supported, the secondary claims are submitted through mail with a copy of primary EOB. So in order to generate a secondary claim, the patient must have an active secondary insurance and also a patient responsibility due after primary insurance processing. So once the payer process the claim, we will receive the EOB. We will post the payment from RCM end, and the payment will get reflected in the EHR. So if we can do ERA enrollment, that is to receive EOBs electronically. Practice can verify the payment posted from the invoice section in the EHR. So, patient billing process. After insurance processing, if there is a patient balance, we will send out invoice to the patient. This can be either sent to patient email account or the patient portal or through mail. If the invoice is not paid within 30 days, we will send one reminder. I have a question here. Do you have Bluefin integration?
They're working on their Bluefin integration currently right now.
Okay. So once it is completed, the patient can make payment online. So when we send out an invoice to the patient, there will be an URL. With the help of the URL, the patient can make payment online.
Any questions on the process that you have?
Yes, I have one specific about the explanation of benefits. Okay. You say something that we have to enroll to the ERA. ERA.
Yeah.
Electronic remittance advice.
Say again, please.
Electronic remittance advice.
Okay, yeah. That was my question. James, how we can do that?
Yeah, that's not a huge deal. You guys already have your Optum account currently. You had done this previously in March. And then you guys went on hold as far as the transition. And then what they can do, our RCM team, we can help you with your ERA enrollment. So we're getting closer to enabling your practice for RCM. We're waiting for the RCM contract to be signed and be sent to us. After that, we will help you with the ERA enrollment. And why it's so important for the ERA enrollment is that our RCM team needs to receive the EOB so we can post the payments to your Charm EHR. And after we post,
go ahead. My question, because now the insurance sent us that EI to update that information. So I want to know how we can handle that, but it's fine. So about the contract, you are waiting for our part, or is for your part that?
The RCM contract, we're just waiting for you guys. We're just waiting for Ali Safian's signature on that contract, and then you're gonna send that back to us.
Okay.
You received that email. You received that contract. I want to say about a week ago, around that zone, and I can resend it just in case if it got lost in all the emails that we've gone back and forth.
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
No sorries needed. I'll resend that. That's not a big deal.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah. So I'll resend the RCM contract, and then they'll help out with the ERA enrollment. It's very important for them to receive that EOB so you can start
Mhm.
posting those payments. Otherwise, in this case, you would receive the EOB and then you would have to send that out to our RCM team, and that could cause delays in posting payments. And it's just easier if we receive that EOB first.
Yeah,
Am I right,
I
RCM
prefer.
team?
Exactly, James. Thank
Okay.
you. You explained it very well. So the reason for doing the electronic remittance advice enrollment is to reduce the workload for you and us. And once we receive the explanation of benefits electronically, we will post the payment automatically. That will get reflected in your EHR invoices. So that's the reason we need to do ERA enrollments, electronic remittance advice enrollments. And one more quick information I want to add here is, as the practice is going to work with patient with Medicare, we need to do EDI enrollment for submitting claims electronically to Medicare. So as I understand from the communication with James, you are looking at the go live date as October 19th, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
so our recommendation would be like, let's start the EDI enrollment right away. By doing that this week, we will be ready by the time you want to go live. So the EDI enrollment with Medicare takes a couple of weeks, 10 to 15 days.
Okay.
So only after it is getting approved, we can send claims electronically to Medicare. All other commercial payers, we can send claims electronically, whichever payer is supported by Optum. For certain payers like Medicare, we need to do this enrollment for submitting claims electronically.
Okay. How we can do it? That.
We will help you out. What we are going to do is, we are going to send you a small spreadsheet where we will expect the information that is needed for doing the enrollment.
Okay.
So you fill those details, and those details should exactly match with the details that is available in the payer system.
Okay. Could you
Once
send today that information?
Yeah, we are going to send you that sheet to you. You are going to fill that sheet. I'm just giving you a heads up. Whatever information you are going to add in that sheet should be accurately captured as like you have given it during contracting.
Okay.
So what we will do is, once we receive the spreadsheet, we will get the necessary enrollment forms for doing the Medicare EDA enrollment. We will fill the details from the spreadsheet that you are going to send it to us, and we will get back to you. Sometimes,
Okay.
the Medicare EDA enrollment might need a online registration and also a physical signature. So we will send you the forms or the necessary instructions, and we will get it done.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's an important thing we need to do, so that during go live we have this Medicare enrollment completed to submit claims electronically. So
Okay.
at the end of the call, I'm going to share that sheet with you. Either I'll share it directly if I have the email ID, or I'll send it to James. James will send it to you.
No problem.
Up to you. I don't have. If you want my email, is fine. Or if you want to send to James,
No worries. We can
get
it from James. Yeah, I can get it from James. No worries.
Yes.
Okay.
And I've just sent out the RCM contract for you guys to your info at, so you should have received it by now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, go ahead, guys.
Dr. Ali Safayan is the only provider with the practice, right? Or any other provider is there?
No, just him.
Okay, got it. So then it's not a problem. It will be simple and straightforward. If we have another 5 to 10 minutes, probably I can quickly go through how you can submit claims submit charts or invoice to RCM, and how you can track payment
Yeah, let's do that.
from here. Yeah, that's better because that gives a better understanding. Let me walk you through that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the screen and then again share it with another screen. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, let me know once you can see the screen now again.
I can see the screen, Permal. Can anybody else?
Yes, I can see it.
Great, thanks.
Okay, wonderful. So this is the screen you will get after you log into Charm EHR. You need to go to billing. It takes you to generate bills section, and under the generate bills, you can have all the visits, all the encounters that has been completed and signed listed there. You can send this chart to RCM for insurance processing, either individually by clicking these three dots against each and every encounter and select submit to RCM, or you can select multiple charts and then send it to RCM by clicking the submit to RCM button at the top.
Okay, I have a question. If
Go
we
ahead.
have patients that they pay in cash,
Yeah, so for cash-based visit or cash-based patients, what you can do is you can create an invoice from an encounter and post the payment. So once the encounter is completed, you can create a new invoice by clicking the new invoice button.
okay,
It will take you to the invoice section where you can collect the payment from patient and then approve it.
okay.
There is no need for you to submit to RCM for such visits.
Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I'll do that. Give me a minute. I'm just canceling this. It's a draft invoice for that visit. I'm deleting it just to make sure that you understand the whole flow. Say, when you have a visit, a cash-based visit, which doesn't need any insurance processing, right?
Yes.
For such visit, what you need to do is you need to create an invoice for that visit. You can do that by clicking this three dot icon and select new invoice. Okay?
Yes.
So this will create a new invoice for that visit, and you will know what are all the procedures done, and if you want to add any more procedures, you can add it. You can collect the payment from the patient. Say you have collected the payment from the patient and $360. You can approve the invoice. Now, if you look at that visit, it is a paid. It will be in the paid status, right? There is no need for you to process this to insurance. If you, there is one more option available. Say you can mark that particular encounter as RCM not required as well.
Okay.
So if you do that, this will move away from this queue. I'll show you.
Okay.
Now, if you mark it as RCM not required, then those encounters will not be visible here because we have filtered only the encounters not submitted to RCM. If you want to look at the encounters that you have marked as RCM not required, you can do it from here. It will be available here. So, in case by mistake you have mark a particular encounter as RCM not required, you can again revert it from here. Make it as RCM required. It will come to here.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, so you can generate an invoice and then you can post the payment and close it, right? Say in case you want to apply the copay collected from the patient and then submit an invoice to RCM. That is also possible.
Okay.
I'll explain that. You need to create a new invoice for the visit and apply the copay here.
Okay.
Add the reference number and the payment as cash or card, then apply the payment there. See, this payment is already collected. What I mean is you have received the payment from the patient as cash. We're adding in the copay. Okay.
Now, you guys can collect from the previous trainings that I showed. You guys can collect copay from the calendar screen as well. So if you remember, you had
Yes.
all those
Yeah, that's also
appointments,
possible.
and you had pay right next to the appointment. That's where you can collect that copay. And then Permil will probably also show you the eligibility check that you can also perform that I showed from when you check in the patient. So
Yes.
the patient comes in, you have the pay copay button, and you have the eligibility check button. You can do that prior to from you invoicing that patient. Thanks, Permil, for showing this area of Charm EHR. I did not show this part yet.
You're welcome, James. So you can add the copay, and then I'm just canceling this because I don't want this data to be there. So you can submit an invoice to RCM. See, earlier I shown you how to submit a chart to RCM. In certain cases, you want to collect the copay, post the copay, then send an invoice to RCM. That is possible by this way. You can see an option called submit to RCM against the invoice that are not submitted to RCM. As like generate bill section, you can submit multiple invoices as well to RCM by selecting this submit to RCM button.
And so what he's explaining, Permil in this case, is that you guys went into the invoice section and you marked that you collected the copay from the patient in the invoice section as opposed to doing it from the calendar section. So he went into generate bills, he invoiced the patient and put in the copay that was collected. It took you directly to invoices once you approve that invoice. And now what Permil's showing you is he's selecting the invoices that still need to be, in this case, sent to our RCM team. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. And so you have two options. So either the patient comes in, you check them in, you had already done an insurance eligibility check, and you collected their copay from when they checked in. And if that's the case, when the encounter is done with that patient, when you go to check out that patient, you can submit to RCM from the generate bills section. And the latter of what Permil's explaining, he's saying, okay, the patient came in, you checked them in, you didn't collect any copay from that check in, you're actually going to collect their copay after the encounter that was done with that patient. So he invoiced the patient for the service that was provided by adding the copay that you have now collected. And then he went into invoices and then selected multiple invoices to submit to RCM. Do you guys follow me pretty well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Okay. Great. So you can also check the invoices that are submitted to RCM by a small icon that is displayed below the invoice date. Okay. You see a small RCM icon below the invoice date. So those are all the invoices that are submitted to RCM. And the other cash pay invoices will not have that RCM icon. And there are a few filters available. You can go here and select is submitted to RCM. Select submitted to RCM. This is going to bring up all the invoices that are submitted to RCM. So this will help you in tracking the invoices that are submitted to RCM, whether it is paid or not, all these things. So once, as we shown you in the overview, once we receive the chart or invoice to RCM, we will do all the activities. We'll scrub the claim, we'll generate the claim, we'll submit to the payer. Once we receive the explanation of benefit, we will post the payment. The payment posted by the RCM team will get reflected in the invoice. Let's take this invoice as an example. So this has a insurance check payment of $40 and a patient copay of $10. So when we post a payment from RCM, you can see it from the invoice. It'll reflect like this. If you look at the invoice, it will say what is the insurance payment received, and if there is any adjustment, it will also be shown there. And the patient responsibility will be shown here. So if this $10 is collected at the time of appointment booking, then the due will be 0.
Exactly, because you guys have already collected their copay from when that patient had checked in. So it would be 0 in this case.
So any questions here? So this is how you can see the payments getting transferred from the RCM, from the explanation of benefit to, okay.
And our RCM team primarily will do most of the heavy lifting. You guys will just decide on the workflow as far as how you want to check in that patient and collect the copay. Once you decide, so if you want to do that right when they walk into the door, or you want to do that after the encounter that they had with Dr. Safian, up to you guys. He's just showing 2 parts. And then once you submit to RCM, we do all the heavy lifting as far as generating the claim, scrubbing the claim, and then posting what was paid on that claim for you. And the last part he showed was, okay, so once the claim gets posted, this is what it looks like when it gets posted, and this is how you can search, how you can find all your RCM payments that have come through. Like which ones have you submitted to RCM and such. All right, I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm talking a little bit too much.
Yeah, that helps a lot, James. You're putting things into perspective. Yeah.
So, restorative
This
health.
is how.
Go ahead, Pramod. Sorry about that.
Okay, so this is how you can track the payment posted by RCM team, and if you want to look at the status of the claim that are still not paid, if you look at this particular invoice, say it says it is unpaid, and you want to know what is the status of the claim, you can select claim view for that invoice. So this will bring up the details of the claim. So it will say who is the payer is and when it is submitted and the claim status. So it says it is submitted electronically. That means the claim has been submitted electronically and we are not received the explanation of benefit. So this is a demo account, so dates will be a little skewed. Typically, it takes 3 to 4 weeks for the payer to process the claim and send us the explanation of benefit. Once we have the explanation of benefit, we'll post the payment. So this is how you can know the status of the claim within Charm EHR. There is no need for you to look at different places to know what happened to that particular claim.
And what Parimo means by different places that you guys don't have to go into, let's say, your Optum portal to see what was paid on that claim or the status of that. Our team is just telling you, stay in Charm EHR, go to the invoice that still says like partially paid or unpaid, click on claim view, and it'll tell you, oh, it's been submitted electronically. That means we still haven't been paid yet. So the check hasn't been deposited, so we don't have an EOB to post yet. Also, one other thing, if this doesn't get mentioned, is that we do have an RCM dashboard app that Dr. Savion can download to their phone, and they can keep track of their collections and denials from just that app as well. So if you're on the bout, you can click on the RCM dashboard app and you can see those details.
James, I'll show that quickly as well.
Oh, okay, great.
Sure. Let me move on to reports. Just to quickly give you the particular report that will be useful for you to reconcile the payment. So there is a report called receipts list report. You can go and mark this filter as is RCM payment and select it as yes. Run this report for any period you want. So this will give you all the payments that are posted by RCM team. Say for example, at the end of the month, you want to reconcile the payment that you have received from insurance from your bank statement and what is posted by RCM team. You can do that using this option. You can generate the report for that particular month and you can verify the payments, the total payment received in the bank against what is posted. So by that way, you can ensure that whatever payment posted is received. So let me also move on to the RCM dashboard that James explained. So you have to go to rcm.charmtracker.com. If you have already signed in using your AHR account, it will automatically sign in you. It is single sign-on supported, so there is no need for you to give the user ID password again. So this is the RCM dashboard. We have an iOS app for this, so you can download the iOS app and look at all this data as well, or you can use the browser. Go to rcm.charmtracker.com. So this will give you the overview of how much is the collection received for any period, either last month or last 3 months. How much is the claim submitted? What is the patient responsibility? What is the denials? What is the receivable spending? Everything will be there in the dashboard. This will give you the information on the health of the insurance collections. And there are other reports that are extensively available, which are part of the RCM dashboard, like claims report. If you want to know the list of claims submitted and its status, you can use this report. There are options to view the claim that is submitted in the CMS 1500 form itself. Say in case if you want to look at the CMS 1500 form, you can do that as well. And you can also view the notes that RCM team has added for that particular claim. And there are other reports that will be available which can be used for your day-to-day operations, or when you want certain data out of RCM. You can use all these reports. So probably we will send you a small guide on the list of reports available as a PDF, which you can use to get yourself accustomed to all these reports. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and raise it to us. One more quick point I want to note is when we have questions on resubmitting a claim, for example, a particular claim is rejected or denied, saying that the patient is not active at the time of service. The patient insurance information has terminated. In such cases, we will reach out to you through messages. We will send you a message. You can receive the message from the messages section in Charmy HR. So this message will be coming from RCM user. Our message we send to you will come from RCM user. You can check the message and respond to it. We will receive your response and proceed with the further actions. So all our communications can be done securely using messages, and any attachments can be sent using messages, which is secure instead of email. Any questions?
Nope. Everything is clear for me.
Wonderful. So I think this is all I want to show you as part of the walkthrough. We are going to send you the sheet and you are going to fill the contract information, send it to us, and we are going to work on the Medicare EDA enrollment in the first place, because before the go live date, let's try to get the EDA enrollment completed so that we can submit claims to Medicare electronically. And James have already forwarded you the contract. Once it is signed, we can move ahead.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Well, thank you all for your time today, Raj, Maria, Angie, everybody part of the Restorative Health, Parimal. Thank you guys for joining this RCM call. What I would like to do is after you guys go live with RCM and you start submitting claims, and you guys will start communicating with our RCM team, about a month later, if we can schedule a follow-up 30-minute to handle any other questions that have come up while you've been using our RCM, I like to schedule something that we could just share a screen or maybe just do a short call. There's usually some questions about as far as workflow or how do I handle such claims after about a month, and we just want to stay on top of that so you don't ever feel like, oh, I feel like I'm lost in the woods when it comes to this. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much all for your time. Have a great afternoon. I look forward to talking to all of you soon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you, James.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.